Hey, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Every Monday, I come into your life really to do three things. I want to multiply your life, I want to multiply your money, and I want to multiply your business. And I am in preparation this week for one of the biggest events of my life, When Life Knocks the Shout Out of You tour, coming to my lodge this week. And I want to give you a sneak peek into what I'm going to be covering on Saturday, because it's never before heard content. The title of my talk and the title of today's show is, It's Going to Be a Fight, but We're Going to Win. You're watching Super Coach. I'm Coach Michael Burt.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Hey, welcome to Super Coach. I'm Coach Burt. Every single week I come into your life and do this podcast from the Greatness Factory Studios. This also goes to iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic. So if you want to pick up and listen to this every single week, I try to bring you great content. Special shout out to Jeff Lucas and Daniel Hodges and Austin Swayze and all the people who are watching today. And man, I'm so excited about this weekend, because I'm doing this one-day event with some of the biggest people on the planet. I mean, Tim Story, celebrity life coach, that has been on Oprah Winfrey, that has coached, coached Denzel Washington. I mean, P. Diddy. I mean, big time people, man. And I'm bringing him here to Tennessee to my lodge. Sharon Lecter wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad with Kiyosaki. She was the president of that global brand for 10 years. Johnny Wimbrey was the number one dude in World Ventures and up there at the top. And so this weekend, it's going to be a great event. And what I wanted to do is basically bring a message, Scott Lumley and Belinda Arender, I wanted to bring a message that nobody's heard me talk about. The theme is when life knocks the shout out of you. And life is going to knock the shout out of you. I don't know when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen, but I'm going to go all the way back to my head coaching days. And when I think about this concept, people constantly asking me, what's your mindset? How do you attack the day? How do you handle adversity? How do you play offense versus defense? And I never knew how to say it, right? Angela Hodges, I never knew how to say it to people. And then I heard a sermon from Jimmy Evans, and it was a sermon about King David. If King David knew all the battles he was going to fight when he became king, he may have said, look, I don't want any piece of this. But I actually believe conflict is necessary for expansion. I believe you got to have a breakdown before you have a breakthrough. I believe what got you here won't get you there. These are things I believe. So what I was looking back on in my life that I'm going to be talking about at this event is I'm going to be talking about some of the biggest breakdowns that I've had in my life, starting with my first head coaching job, of how the personal attacks people had on me. Because my mindset is this: it's going to be hard. It's going to be a fight. Running a small business is a fight. Managing a family is going to be a fight. Managing money is going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. If you expect it to be easy, that's your first problem. The expectation is wrong. It's going to be hard. Now, you're going to have some people come along and they're going to say, well, it don't have to be that hard. Well, maybe at the level you're playing at, it don't have to be hard. I know some people that get to a fairly successful level, but they haven't figured out how to get to a high frequency. When you get to a higher frequency, it's a lot harder than playing at a low frequency. So I'm going to talk about my first head coaching job, my very first year. I come in and I drastically increased the competitiveness of my team, the toughness of my team. And the very first year, guess what happened? 3 or 4 of my star players get injured. And I go to the doctor, team doctor, and I'm like, man, what's wrong with these people? He's like, well, you're what's wrong. You're the problem. You have increased the intensity on these players so much that they physically cannot handle this intensity. So now I'm playing without my best players, right? 3 of my starters out. I go 13-16. Everybody doubts whether I'm the right person for the job, okay? But I was teaching my players the 7 habits of highly effective people. I was laying the foundation. I had these anchors in place. And my big revelation was all confusion in any organization is created by the leader. As the leader, you encourage what you allow. Like in those days, I was creating the confusion. I was the problem. I'm rereading a book right now, What Got You Here Won't Get You There. It's about leaders that get to a certain level. They become prideful. They do stupid things. They can't get to another frequency. Like you're the problem. Somebody else is not the problem. They could be the problem, but you are the problem as well. So I'm going to talk about at this event, the big lesson I learned from that is sometimes you are the problem. The big revelation is all confusion is created by the leader. And then I'm going to talk about how I motivated through fear for the first couple of years of my coaching career. And Covey always said, when you borrow strength from your position of power, you actually build weakness in the relationship. Well, I didn't understand that. So from 21 to 24 or 25, I motivated through fear. Everything was consequence-based. And I never won a championship during that period of time. I won games, but I didn't win championships. Okay? And at 25, man, I had several breakdowns. I had a bad breakup. I thought a person I was going to marry. My team was not performing at the frequency I wanted them to, right? Like this was a period that I made up my mind. I'm going to go to work on me. This is a big breakthrough I had, guys. And it happened because of a breakdown. I'm going to work on me. I'm going to go to work on being a coach other people want to follow. I'm going to be intense, but I'm going to be positive. I'm going to rebuild my confidence brick by brick. I'm going to become so confident. And here was the big revelation. Never allow another person to stand between you and your destiny. When you place your destiny in another person's hands, that destiny is in jeopardy. Because I had placed all of my confidence in a woman's hands. I had placed all of my confidence in other people's hands. What I had to do, John Brubaker, is I had to get that confidence back. So at 25, I had all these big breakthroughs as a result of some of my breakdowns, right? Okay, and then I'm going along, Jack, and I'm working, and I'm winning, and I'm thinking, man, I'm going to produce a championship team, and then my best player gets hurt. And it's like, this is the year, man. Like, I thought we were going to win it all this year. Now my best player's out. She's going to be out for 10 games. The morale of my team went down. Everybody's confidence went down. And I had to say, look, what is adversity here? Adversity is a departure away from the ideal scene. Right, Travis Johnson and John Dalton? Like when you really look at what adversity is, it is when you have a picture in your mind of how things are supposed to go and they don't go that way. Go back to rule number 1. It's going to be a fight. But we're going to figure out a way to win. That's my mindset. Every day. It's going to be hard, but we're going to figure this out. And we're going to figure out. Now, we're not going to whine. We're not going to complain. We're not going to make excuses. We're not going to pout. We're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. Like it's going to be a fight, guys, but we're going to win. So that's what I'm trying to teach my team right now. Trying to teach my daughter. It's going to be tough, but you're going to figure out a way to win. So around 26, 27 years old, I'm trying to win a championship. I got this team. My best player goes down. The morale of my team goes straight down with it. And I'm like, I got to come up with something because this is happening. These adversities, these unwanted outcomes, these departures away from the ideal scene are happening. What am I going to do when it all falls apart? Well, I need these 5 rules of a crisis. So I start developing these 5 rules of a crisis, and I start teaching my team, like when we have adversity, when we have something that we don't want happen to us, this is what we're going to do, okay? Because I need a model. Like right now, it don't work, right? So what's the model? Step 1, I'm going to replace the question, why me, with what's this trying to teach me. Step 2, I'm going to ask the question, what was my contribution to this adversity? Because almost every adversity I've ever been in, Mitch Umberger, I had a hand in, right? All confusion is created by the leader. When we have a departure away from the ideal scene, we need a model. The model is the 5 rules of a crisis. What is my contribution to this adversity? All confusion is created by the leader. What did I do to create this controversy, to create this problem? Third step is I got to get stable because we make bad decisions when we're emotional. Step 4 is I got to get help. Okay, what got you here won't get you there. I can't tell you how many successful people that I coach that the biggest problem they have is their own success. The problem with success is your success. I can't tell you how many people begin believing their own hype, buying their own news clippings, like thinking that they're better than what they really are. Oh, I don't need a coach now because I'm already there. Like this book, What Got You Here Won't Get You There, has got me rethinking. Like I could be the problem here. My mindset, my thinking. Just because I've reached a level of success don't mean there ain't ridiculously more levels. Okay, step 4, I'm going to get help. Check your pride at the gate. Don't be willing to reach up. And step 5, I'm going to get busy because the world rewards action. Now, what was my revelation during that period? We're going to have adversity. It's going to be a fight, but we're going to win. And when we have that adversity, I need a motto to go through. So what we're going to be talking about this Saturday at the When Life Knocks the Shout Out of You tour is we're going to be talking about how you bounce back, how you fight through, how you work through. This is just a portion of what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to add stories. I'm going to add intensity. I'm going to add all of these things so that when you're there with us on Saturday, if you hadn't got your tickets, you got to get your tickets, man. You got to be in the room as we give you the toughness and the mindset you need from some of the biggest players on planet Earth, okay? So it's this Saturday. If you're listening to this podcast, the title is It's Going to Be a Fight, but We're Going to Win. That's the title of my talk on Saturday. Me, Sharon Lecter, Tim Story, Amanda Williams, Greg Kimball, Johnny Wembry, like MC by Jason Duncan. It's going to be some of the best people in the world, man. Go right now and get your tickets. CoachBurt.com/shout. And I'm going to show you, here's how I developed my mindset over 25 years. Like if you're wondering why I'm as tough as I am, why I get back up, why I fight through, why I show up early, why I stay late, how do I handle adversity, what happens when we lose a sale, what happens when we lose a customer. Like on Saturday, I'm going to be showing you 25 years of how I developed that mental toughness and the mindset I have of it's going to be a fight, but we're going to win. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Go right now and get your tickets. CoachBurt.com/shout. This has been Super Coach, multiplying life, multiplying money, and multiplying business.